Hey guys, it's Michael. Today is Sunday, July 26, 2020, and this is your late in the day update for the second stimulus package. In today's video, we're going to go over 3 different interviews that took place earlier this morning. The first one is with Steven Mnuchin, and he spoke with Fox News on Sunday. He said that we definitely will see the next stimulus proposal tomorrow on Monday, and there will be a $1,200 stimulus check. Then we're going to get into an interview with Larry Kudlow, who spoke with CNN State of the Union as well, and he said that the next stimulus package is a very well-rounded stimulus package. It includes unemployment benefits, direct stimulus checks, and other aspects as well. And finally, we're going to get into an interview with Nancy Pelosi on CBS Face the Nation, where she spoke about unemployment benefits and liability protections. But before we get started, it would really mean a lot if you could like the video down below and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when new videos come out. Also, if you want to get $5, you can download the Acorns Investing app and get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull Investing app using the link down below as well. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, earlier this morning, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin spoke on Fox News Sunday, and he said that Republicans have finalized their latest piece of virus relief legislation, and the bill is worth about $1 trillion, and it is set to be introduced tomorrow on Monday. He explained how now Republicans and the White House administration have an entire plan and that they are completely on the same page. They have finally agreed on everything. Late last week, we had heard that there have been a lot of disagreements, which had delayed negotiations and delayed them passing this bill, but now he says they're all on the same page. He goes on to say that this is all about kids and jobs. That is the main focus of the bill, and they want to make sure that something gets passed quickly so that they can deal with the unemployment benefits that just expired and the last payments went out today, because they said they want to deal with that and other issues like the Paycheck Protection Plan, tax credits, and rehire people and money for schools. They said there's a lot of issues right now that need to be dealt with, which is why they want to make sure this package gets passed quickly. He goes on to say that we can move quickly with the Democrats on all of the issues that they have brought up in this bill that they will be proposing tomorrow. He said we moved quickly before, and I see no reason why we can't move quickly again. And he said if there are issues that take longer, we'll deal with those as well as they come up. But he definitely thinks they can get something agreed on before the August recess. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin goes on to explain how the second bill is expected to be released tomorrow. They've already agreed on everything. He says it can be released and it will be released tomorrow. He said it will include direct stimulus payments to individuals, unemployment benefits, money for the Paycheck Protection Program, and other aspects as well. He says, the direct payments, which will be included, are the best way to get money to people as quickly as possible, which is why they decided on doing direct stimulus checks, and they cut out the payroll tax cut. He said the payroll tax cut would have taken a lot longer to implement because people don't receive payroll tax cut money right away. They receive that money over time. He goes on to add at the end of his interview that this will be the 5th set of legislation, so there's no reason why we can't have number 5, 6, and 7 as we need to deal with issues. He said, and obviously anything that we do will need bipartisan support. So this is good news. He's saying that we can always pass more stimulus packages in the future. He says this is the 5th package that they're passing with regards to the virus and the pandemic, and they could always pass more. So that is good news moving forward. If we see cases continue to increase and jobs don't come back as quickly as we thought, they would have no problem passing more stimulus. The one thing to keep in mind though is that as more jobs come back, each stimulus package will be less and people would receive a smaller amount of money. Moving on, White House economic advisor spoke with CNN State of the Union. He spoke with the interviewer earlier today, and he said that the $1,200 checks to Americans will be part of the next recovery package. This is good news because we hadn't heard a specific dollar amount on how much people would be getting in the next round. We had simply heard that there would be a second stimulus package. So this is great news. He said there will be a $1,200 check in addition to reemployment bonuses, which is a back-to-work bonus, retention bonuses, and tax credits for small businesses and restaurants. They didn't specify on who would be receiving the $1,200 stimulus check. He simply said that there is one included. So we're still waiting to see on what the income cap is and who will be eligible. But according to what most people have said in Congress and in the White House, we can expect something with the stimulus check similar to what people received in the first round. Kudlow goes on to explain he called the Republican proposal a very well-rounded package, and he explains how it should already have a lot of bipartisan support. He goes on to say how Republicans have finalized it already this weekend with talks, and it is about $1 trillion will be released on Monday, which is tomorrow. So this is good news. We're hearing Larry Kudlow and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin say direct stimulus checks, it's on Monday. They're all on the same page about what is to come. Kudlow goes on to say that the Republican proposal will lengthen the federal eviction moratorium that is lapsing and the $600 per week boost to unemployment benefits that many Americans have relied upon. He said that is expiring this week, so that is why they're pushing to get this passed, because they need to do something to support these millions of Americans who are unemployed. So this is great news because we hadn't heard much about this previously, but Larry Kudlow said that they're extending the federal eviction moratorium, which means that it'll prevent people from getting evicted. So this will be really good moving forward as well. And then finally, let's go into what Nancy Pelosi said on Face the Nation earlier this morning. In the interview, she explains how Democrats have been anxious to negotiate for 2 months and 10 days right now with the Republicans since mid-May, when the lower chamber approved the $3 trillion HEROES Act. She says they've been anxious to get something passed since then. She starts off the interview, and when asked whether the House would stay in session until a deal is negotiated, she explained how we can't go home without a bill being passed. They're not going to leave Washington until something is passed. She said they've been pushing the Republicans in the Senate to propose this bill, so once they get it proposed on Monday, they're going to start to be able to negotiate it, and they definitely will have something before going home for the August recess. She goes on to say that it is so sad that people should have this uncertainty in their lives. They need to make sure they keep providing unemployment benefits and provide more support for these millions of Americans. Then she goes on to talk about unemployment benefits, and she explained how she would prefer to see the enhanced unemployment benefits at a flat rate, not at a portion of a worker's lost wages, as the Republicans have previously mentioned, how we heard Steven Mnuchin say it was 70% of a worker's wages. She said that the reason behind a flat rate is behind simplicity. She said $600 per week is simple. She said that calculating 70% of someone's lost earnings would be difficult for administrators, considering how outdated each state's payment systems are for these unemployment benefits. It took long enough for them to get the regular unemployment benefits out and then the additional $600 per week payments. So adding another layer to this and making them calculate each person's individual wages would simply take too long, and that is not what they need right now. So essentially, she wants to keep it at $600 per week, but when she was asked if she would consider signing off on a bill that includes less than $600 per week for unemployment benefits, she declined to comment on whether or not they would do this. Finally, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi goes on to say that House Democrats will not support liability protections for employers of essential workers in the next relief bill. And Pelosi argued that such a measure would fail to make employers responsible for ensuring workplaces are safe while also providing no recourse for workers who do get sick. This is really important because Senate Republicans and Mitch McConnell have said that liability protections are a red line issue and they have to be included. Mitch McConnell said that there will be widespread liability insurance for schools, businesses, hospitals, restaurants, and more. And he says this has to be included. So it will be important to see what happens here because Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says it has to be included, and Nancy Pelosi says that they need to make sure there are not liability protections for employers of essential workers. So they're currently on different pages about this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Anyways, that is just a quick update on all of the interviews that took place earlier this morning between Nancy Pelosi, Larry Kudlow, and Mitch McConnell. We covered everything from how Steven Mnuchin said we will definitely see a second stimulus package proposed tomorrow on Monday, how it will include a $1,200 stimulus check. They didn't announce yet who specifically will be receiving this stimulus check. Then we also went over the enhanced unemployment benefits, how Nancy Pelosi wants them to be a flat rate rather than a percentage of their income. And finally, we went over how Larry Kudlow announced that they will lengthen the federal eviction moratoriums. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investing app, and get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.